In this lesson, we are going to model and perform addition with fractions. So let's look at this first one. 2/5 plus 1/5 equals 3/5. This is pretty easy because if you have 2 out of 5 equal pieces and 1 out of 5 equal pieces, then you get 3 out of those pieces. So 2/5, 1, 2 out of 5, plus 1/5, 1 out of 5, gives me 3/5. Pretty easy. But what happens, like in example 2, where it says 1/2 plus 3/5? The denominators are different. So what do we do? In order to add fractions, we must have a common denominator. A common denominator. So let's go ahead and try that. So a common denominator, a common multiple of 2, of halves and fifths. Let's see. So I'm going to count by 2s. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12. Now I'm going to count by fives. 5, 10. They both, oh, I skipped the 10 right here. They both have 10 in common. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, and then 5, 10. I'm actually going to write that a little bit. I forgot about the 10 there. Okay, so let's turn 1/2 into tenths. So we need to multiply the numerator and the denominator by 5. And we get 5 tenths. And then we take 3/5 and we convert it to tenths. So we multiply the numerator and the denominator by 2. And we get 6 tenths. So instead of writing 1/2 plus 3/5, we can write 5 tenths plus 6 tenths, which is 11 tenths. If you would like, then you can go ahead and convert this to a mixed number. So I'm going to box this because this is one of our answers. How many holes can you pull out? You can pull out 1 hole, and then you have 1 of the tenths left over. So this is my answer right here. So 1/2 plus 3/5 can be rewritten as 5 tenths plus 6 tenths, which equals 1 whole and 1 tenth. Now the question is, how do we do this using a picture? In the above example, there were fifths and fifths, so we could just draw a bunch of fifths. But in this one, they have halves and fifths. I want you to pay attention. Really look at this 2. Like, pay attention to the 2 and the 5, 2 and the 5, 2 and the 5, 2 and the 5, 2 and 5. So we have a 2 and a 5. We have halves and fifths. So I'm going to go make a 2 by 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I made a 2 by 5 rectangle. And then I'm going to add, well, that's empty right now. And I'm going to add, or have the same thing over here. I'm going to do a 2 by 5. Okay. In this first one, we are going to make half. So the easiest way is to split it down, or I guess horizontally, and shading in 1 out of the 2 pieces. The second one needs to be 3/5. Instead of cutting it in half horizontally, I'm going to do it vertically the other way. 1, 2, 3, 4 lines makes 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 equal parts. I'm going to shade in 3 of these. 1, 2, and then 3. The question is, how do I get 11/10? Well, if you drew it like I told you to, which is 2 by 5, 2 by 5, then I'm gonna have all these lines in the middle. You see these little the lighter blue ones? Well, I can always just split these. And then for the 3/5, I can split it horizontally. So now I actually have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 tenths. And then I am going to add 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 tenths. And that is in fact how I get 11/10, which is 1 and 1/10. Okay, let's go to the next example. We have 2/3 plus 3/4. So 3, 6, 9, 12, 15. I'm counting by threes. Now I'm going to count by fours. 4, 8, 12. Okay. 12ths. So 2/3 is how many 12ths? And 3/4 is how many 12ths? Here I would multiply the numerator and denominator by 4. And I get 2 times 4 is 8/12ths. And here I will multiply the numerator and denominator by 3. 3 times 3 is 9, so I get 9/12ths. So instead of writing let's rewrite 2/3 plus 3/4 as 8/12ths plus 9/12ths. That gives me 17/12ths. And where could I just add going across there? How many holes can I pull out? 1. How many are left over? 5. There are 5/12ths left over. So 2/3 plus 3/4 can be rewritten as 8/12ths plus 9/12ths, which equals 1 and 5/12ths. Once again, let's show it using a diagram, because that's what you'll also be doing in the work. So 3 by 4, 3, 4, 3, 4, 3, 4. We look at the denominators, 3 by 4. So I'm going to draw this, 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4. Technically, it doesn't matter if you do it the other way. You can do it the other way also. So I have 2/3. This is supposed to be my 2/3. And I'm going to add 3/4. But I need to draw this 3 by 4. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4. Remember that this 3 and this 4 come from the denominators. Don't look here like at this 3/4 as a fraction. Look at the denominator 3, the denominator 4. So the second one will be our 3/4. Okay, so I need to shade in 2/3. So I'm going to cut this horizontally. So I have thirds. And I'm going to shade in 2 of them. This second fraction needs to be 3/4. I can't cut it horizontally. Well, I could, it's just not going to be on the lines. It's easier if I just do it like this. Now I have 4 pieces. Here. And then they're shaded in. 3 of them are shaded in. So I have 2/3 plus 3/4. Now in order to add them, it's easier if they have the same amount of parts. So I'm going to I'm going to create a common denominator by drawing in these lines. And 2/3 is actually 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 out of 12 total, because 9, 10, 11, 12. And I'm going to add 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 9 out of 12 again. And then I still get 17/12ths, which is 1 and 1 whole and 5 twelfths. One more example. This time we have sixths and fifths. So 5 sixths plus 2 fifths. So 6, 12, 18. Now 5, 10, 15. Okay, so that didn't work. So I need to go further. 20, 25. 24, 30. So that didn't work. So count by 5s, 30. 30ths. So 5 6 is how many 30ths? And 2 fifths is how many 30ths? So we multiply the numerator and denominator by 3. I mean, by 5. I don't know why I said 3. By 5. 6 times 5 is 30. 5 times 5 is 25. And 2 fifths, we're going to multiply both of these by 6. And 2 times 6 is 12. I was looking at that 30. So instead of writing 5 6 plus 2 fifths, I can rewrite that as 25 30ths plus 12 30ths. And I get 37 30ths. Yes. Now, how many holes can I pull out? 1 hole. How many are left over? 7. 7 30ths are left over. So 5 6 plus 2 fifths can be rewritten as 25 30ths plus 12 30ths, which equals 1 and 7 30ths. Let's go ahead and attempt. Well, let me actually rewrite that a little. 7 30ths. Okay. Let's attempt to do this, or let's do this using this picture. So remember, we look at the denominator, 6 and 5, 6 and 5, 6 and 5. So we do 6 by 5. So 1, 2, 3, or I guess I could do it like this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. This will be our 5 6. And we're going to add the 2 fifths, which is another 6 by 5. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. And we need to make 5 6. So if I cut it this way, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay. So if I cut it this way, I have 6. Then I need to shade in 5 of them. And now I need to make fifths. I can't cut it this way horizontally because I'll have 6 pieces. I need to cut it this way because now I have, let me make that a little nicer. I need to cut it vertically. That way I have 5 equal pieces. I'm going to shade in 2 of them. Now I need to create a common denominator. So I'm going to draw these lines in. And over here I'm going to draw the horizontal lines in. So 5 6 is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 15, 20, 25. 25 30ths. And the 2 fifths is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Just like it was over here, 12 30ths. Oops. Okay, plus 12. I guess I'll leave some room. Plus 12 30ths. That way it goes with it, you know? And both of these we will get 37 30ths, which simplifies or can be rewritten as 1 and 7 30ths. Thank you.